Alright, so we'll just look up. Robert earns €25,000. He pays tax at a standard rate, so his tax is 20%. And just calculate the tax payable. How much tax does he pay? So all you do is 25,000. Tax payable is 25,000 times 20% as a decimal is 0.2. 0.20. So get your calculator. How much tax is 25,000 times 0.2. Now you can do it like that, times 0.2, or you can just key in 25,000 times 20 shift percent. So tax payable, the amount of tax he pays is that. He pays that in tax payable. He pays that in tax. So how much money does he earn? So 20,000. Alright? So he pays that in tax. Right, that's all there was to that question. Alright, the next one. So, Angela. Angela earns €46,000. And she pays a standard tax rate of 22.5%. And she has tax credits as well of €2,600. Right, first of all what we do is we find how much tax she's going to pay. So 46,000 times 22.5%. Find how much tax she's going to pay. Well,
10350.
Okay. I'll just do it for the benefit of the recording, alright? So 10,350. So that's how much tax. But is that all the tax she's going to pay? Tax credits means we always subtract tax credits after you calculate tax. So they're the tax credits. Take those away. So minus
7,750.
That's it. So that's called tax payable. So the amount of tax you actually pay. Tax payable. So how do you find out now how much she actually receives?
You divide it by 52.
No, 46,000. That's the gross salary minus tax payable, which is 7,750. Alright, so it's 3,8,250 is her net income. That's the heading. Net income. Alright, so how do you find out how much you get a week? Divide that by 52.
Yeah, it's that number by 52.
Okay, we'll look at question 3 as well. Question 3 is Shane earns 41,500. He pays tax at a rate of 22%. And his tax credits are 2340. 2340. So this time up here we'll just change the amounts. So Shane earns 41500 times 22%. So we'll just rub out
9,120 euro.
I'm sure you're right. Yeah, so 9130 tax. But the credits are 2340, the tax credits. Subtract those. Tax payable 6790.
Yeah.
Her gross pay is 41,500 minus tax payable, which is 6790.
It's 24,710 euro.
That's correct. So that's his net income. Okay? That's okay? Right. We'll move on to question 13, slightly harder. So question 13, this includes PRSI as well. So we have to do PRSI calculations as well. And you take off the PRSI at the end and you calculate it on the gross amount that the person earns. Right, Connor has a gross income of 72,000. So what we'll do is we'll draw it as a barrel. Alright, so 72,000. His standard rate cut-off point is 34,600. The standard rate of tax is 20%, so the first 34,600 is paid at 20% tax. The higher rate is what's left, it's 41%. He has tax credits of 3,000. He is in the class A for PRSI. Assume a 52-week year. So class A for PRSI. That means the first €127 a week he pays 0% PRSI, and then the remainder of what he earns every week.
4%.
It is 4%. Very good. That PRSI that he has to pay out of his salary. Alright, so we'll do that in a minute. Okay, so first of all we'll just calculate the tax over here. So first of all we'll take 34 on the first 34,600, money as far as there. 34,600, we have to calculate tax at 20%. So
Which is
34,600.
920 euro.
6920, yeah. Alright, so this is tax. And then we look at from here 3460 up as far as 72,000. So 72,000 minus 3460. Oh, equals 37,400. This amount here is 37,400 times the rate at that level is 41%. 37,400 times 15334. Now add those two tax amounts together. 22254. Alright, that's tax, but that's not tax payable. That's the amount of tax he pays at 20% plus 41%. So what do you do with your tax credits now? Yeah, you take them away. Take away your TC, your tax credits. 19254. That's your tax payable. I call it TP, tax payable. Alright, so what do you do with your tax payable now?
Oh, sorry.
We can minus it from the 72,000.
Yeah.
That's not the only thing we're going to minus. We have to minus PRSI in a little while. $52746. Okay, so that's how much money I earned so far, but I haven't done my PRSI calculations yet. I have to take away PRSI as well. Is that okay so far? Right, PRSI. So there is 52 weeks in the year. So every week, the first €127, I don't pay any tax. So this is how you do it. 127 times 52. So 127 times 52. 6604. So on the first, it'll always be 6,604 times 0%. So you pay no money on the first €6,604. And what's the remainder of the amount? Well, isn't it 7,000? The money that goes here, 72,000 minus 6,604. Sorry. Yeah. So you get 65396.
Yeah.
And what you do with that? You times it by 4%. Alright, so the amount
2615.84.
2615.84. That's how much tax you have to pay at 4%. Okay, and at 0%, at the first €127 a week, you pay nothing. So that's your total amount of PRSI, 2615.84. So we have to take that away minus PRSI as well. So 2615.84. Take that away. And we're down to 50,130.16 euro net income. Okay?